Good morning, folks. I just wanted to go over an article that I ran across out of RT, and this is something to pay particular close attention to, and the reason why is because the way that they, those, them get in control of so many resources and so much business, land, you name it, is because what they do is they put nations in financial turmoil, right? They give them loans, and what they do is they basically put the country's, say, natural resources and whatnot up for collateral. If that country can't pay their debt back, if they default on that debt, well, then guess what? The banks have control of those resources, whatever they may be. So this is a backdoor trick to basically take over nations, and it's been done pretty much on just about every nation on the planet, including the United States. We're not immune from this. Hell, I think we help it, actually. I think we help the system. But the thing is that is what is going to go on with Ukraine. That's what's in the process. That's what this article is about. The part of this that I want to point out to you is this, in a real sense, isn't really any different than, say, Ukraine joining NATO. Okay? The reason I say that is because this is basically going to be handing over the resources of the country of Ukraine to the IMF or to the World Bank. Okay? That's not in Russia's hands. Hell, that's not even in the peoples of Ukraine's hands at that point. So basically, instead of a military takeover of a nation, this is a financial takeover of a nation. So basically, the IMF is going to do their financial takeover and try to get all the, contracts signed and all that before, say, Putin and Russia could do a military takeover. Does that make sense? I mean, it isn't going to work as far as Putin's concerned, because I ain't going to stop him from bombing the hell out of it. But nonetheless, I think that is what's going on. I think that's the bigger picture of what's going on. I'm just going to read the first couple of paragraphs here so you get an idea. Ukraine likely needs $5 billion a month. A month. That's with an M. In financial assistance to keep its economy operating, and the immediate priority was finding ways to fill that gap in the next 3 months, according to the International Monetary Fund Managing Director Kristalina Georgieva. The Washington-based financial institution will start work on a future loan program. Oh, I'm sure they will. But it was unfair to expect Ukraine to implement a far-reaching package of reforms at the moment, Georgieva told a news conference on Wednesday. So, I mean, I guess we'll read it just so you know everything at least they're offering information-wise. On Sunday, Kiev requested $50 billion in financial support from the Group of Seven, that is the G7 nations, and the International Monetary Fund, to cover a budget deficit largely created by the military conflict with Russia. Ukraine is also considering issuing 0% coupon bonds to bridge the fiscal gap, as the country is currently facing an estimated $7 billion deficit a month, according to Oleg Ustinko, the top economic advisor to Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky. The IMF and World Bank have approved more than $2 billion in loans to Ukraine since the beginning of Russia's military operation in the country. Meanwhile, the World Bank said it was preparing nearly $1.5 billion in extra funds to allow essential Ukrainian government services to continue. Over the weekend, Georgieva said more funds would be necessary to keep the economy functioning and prevent inflation shooting up. I'm telling you, this is a financial takeover of the nation of, well, at least of the resources of the nation of Ukraine. Watch this, because I don't think this is going to go real well either. Shalom.